Story 1. This incident happened in a city park that officially closes at 9 p.m., but locals swear it's never truly empty after dark. The park sits between old apartment buildings, with broken streetlights and swings that creak even when there's no wind. On one unusually quiet night, a security guard named Salman was doing his final round before locking the gates. He had worked there for years and knew every sound the park made. Dogs barking, leaves shifting, distant traffic. But that night felt wrong. Too silent. As he walked past the children's play area, he noticed something that made him stop. One of the swings was moving gently back and forth. Slow. Controlled. At first, Salman assumed it was just the wind, but the other swings were completely still. As he walked closer, his heart began to race. Sitting on the swing was a small boy, no older than 6. The child's feet didn't even touch the ground. Salman looked at his watch. It was 10:37 p.m. No child should have been inside the park, especially not alone. The boy wore old-fashioned clothes, shorts, a loose shirt, and sandals covered in dust. His head was lowered, hair hiding his face. The swing continued its slow rhythm, squeaking softly in the silence. Salman called out gently, asking the boy where his parents were. The child didn't respond. He just kept swinging. A cold feeling crawled up Salman's spine. Parents sometimes let kids wander, but no parent would leave a child here at this hour. As Salman stepped closer, he noticed something unsettling. The ground beneath the swing showed no footprints. No shoe marks. No drag dirt. It was as if the boy had never walked there at all. Salman swallowed hard and stood directly in front of the swing. He asked again, louder this time, where the boy's parents were. The swing slowly came to a stop. The boy lifted his head for the first time. His face was pale, eyes dark and sunken, as if he hadn't slept in years. His lips slowly curved into a faint smile. "They're right behind you," the boy whispered. The words hit Salman like ice water. His body stiffened, every instinct screaming not to turn around. Still, fear won. He turned his head, just for a second. There was nothing behind him. No parents. No people. Just empty benches and shadows. When Salman turned back, the swing was empty. The chains were still moving slightly, as if someone had just jumped off. The boy was gone. Salman stepped back, breathing heavily. He radioed for backup, his voice shaking. As he waited, he noticed something carved into the wooden seat of the swing. A name. And a date. The date was more than 15 years old. When other guards arrived, Salman told them what had happened. One older guard went pale and asked him to repeat the name carved into the swing. When Salman did, the guard quietly said that a child by that name had gone missing in that park years ago. Search teams had found only one thing back then, an abandoned swing moving by itself late at night. After that night, Salman quit his job. The swing was removed. But visitors still say that after midnight, one swing moves on its own. And if you look closely, a small boy is sitting there, waiting for someone to turn around. Part 3. The second story involves a couple who decided to take a shortcut through a public park late at night. They had done it dozens of times before and never thought twice about it. The path cut their walk home almost in half. That night, the park lights were dimmer than usual. The trees formed long shadows across the gravel path, and the air felt heavy. As they walked, they heard footsteps behind them, slow and steady. At first, they assumed it was another person heading the same way. The sound matched their pace perfectly. But when they slowed down, the footsteps slowed too. When they stopped completely, the footsteps stopped as well. The woman whispered to her boyfriend that someone might be following them. He laughed it off, saying they were just imagining things. They continued walking. The footsteps returned. Closer this time. The gravel crunched clearly, only a few steps behind them. Suddenly, the sound moved to the right side of the path, then to the left, circling them. The couple stopped again, hearts pounding. Silence. The boyfriend turned around quickly, shining his phone flashlight behind them. The beam lit up empty benches, trees, and trash cans. No person. No movement. He laughed nervously, but the woman noticed something strange on the ground. Wet footprints were forming in the gravel, slowly appearing one by one. as if someone invisible was walking toward them. The footprints stopped directly in front of them. Facing them, the couple stood frozen, staring at the footprints. Slowly, more prints appeared, as if the invisible figure shifted its weight. The woman felt her chest tighten. The footprints were barefoot, long misshapen. Then they heard breathing, right between them, not loud, not aggressive, just present. The boyfriend grabbed her hand and ran. They didn't look back. They didn't stop until they reached the main road, surrounded by lights and traffic. The next day, curiosity pulled them back to the park during daylight. They followed the same path, convincing themselves there had to be a logical explanation. But what they found disturbed them even more. The gravel path still showed faint barefoot impressions, but only up to a point. They ended suddenly near an old tree. Locals later told them a disturbing detail. Years ago, a homeless man had died in that park during heavy rain. Barefoot, searching for shelter. People claim that on quiet nights, the sound of footsteps follows those who walk alone. If you stop walking, it stops. If you turn around too soon, the footprints face you. The park authorities deny everything, but regular visitors know one rule well. Never walk that path after dark, and never stop moving. Part 5, Story 3. The third story comes from a park built around a small artificial lake. During the day, families picnic there. At night, the water turns black and unnaturally still. Security guards had reported hearing crying near the lake after midnight. Soft at first, like someone struggling to hold back tears. Whenever guards approached, the crying moved farther away, deeper into the trees or closer to the water. No matter how fast they walked, they never reached the source. One new guard dismissed the stories as animals or pranksters. On his first night shift, he decided to investigate alone. At exactly 12:14 a.m., he heard it. A woman crying. Weak, desperate. "Help me," the voice whispered. He followed the sound toward the lake. The closer he got, the colder the air became. The crying grew quieter, as if whatever was making it wanted him closer. As he reached the water's edge, the crying stopped suddenly. The lake became perfectly silent. The guard stood at the edge of the lake, calling out. No answer. The surface of the water didn't ripple. It was as smooth as glass. Then he felt something grab his ankle. A cold, wet hand pulled from beneath the water. He screamed and fell backward, scrambling away. The grip vanished instantly. Other guards arrived within minutes after hearing his screams. They searched the lake but found nothing. No one. No tracks. No signs of a struggle. But as they walked back, they noticed something chilling. Wet footprints were leading away from the lake into the forest area of the park. The prints were human, and they didn't come back. That guard quit the next morning. Weeks later, park management quietly banned night patrols near the lake. Officially, it was due to safety concerns. Locals know the real reason. They say a woman drowned there years ago, calling for help as people walked by, thinking it was a prank. Now she calls others to the water. And if you follow the crying long enough, something follows you back.